Alrighty, so we have the news here, and I'm looking forward to this one a little bit, just because I'm hoping that it'll be kind of fun to play around with, and maybe, I don't know, new PvP meta a little bit. Escanor has been rampant for a month now, and things might shift a little bit. He still seems really good. So either way, if you're new to the channel or anything, feel free to subscribe. Come back and hang out with us. We will be doing live summons tomorrow night whenever the banner drops on Global, so that should be fun. But yeah, let's hop into this thing. So 2-hour maintenance, nothing too crazy. It is the beginning of July. There is potential for a collab at the end of next month, if I'm not mistaken. So do be a little careful with your gems. I did make a Should You Summon video that came out earlier today. If you have not seen that, feel free to go check it out. I've got a couple of different points and stuff in there that you may want to consider, I guess, if you're kind of on the fence about summoning. But obviously we have the new character, Sabunak, and there is a U in it. I have been spelling it without the U. I wasn't sure on that, but it is Nightmare Sabunak, which I know in Japanese they don't really pronounce the U's, so it's just Sabunak. So either way, yeah, new summer festival, because all seasonals now apparently are festival worthy, which is very odd to me, but hey, it does last for a full month, so that is kind of nice. The Escanor banner is leaving tonight, by the way, so if you want to get any last-minute summons in, because that banner is, let's be honest, way better value-wise, or, you know, if you want this character, you know, wait for the banner to come out. But either way, we do have the Chapter 2, finally, of the original storyline for the 7 Catastrophe characters, which is kind of cool. Looking forward to messing around with it a little bit. If you didn't see the dev notes, I think they're not going to have voice acting in this chapter. It should start on Chapter 3, so hopefully we don't have to wait like 6 months or more. I don't remember how long it's actually been since the first... the first chapter that we got, but we are getting finally chapter 2, and we are getting a character that isn't even technically a 7 catastrophe, so that's also kind of funny that people have pointed that out as well. So obviously she has 3 new costumes because she is a new UR festival character. We have a new card set that is for the goddess race, which is also kind of interesting. Increases goddess allies attack related stats by up to 5%, increases buffed goddess allies damage dealt to enemies by up to 5%. So I guess that's kind of nice. A little bit of help there for them. It literally just sounds like the relic for Mael in a way, like, because it increases attack related and then just damage dealt, which is how Mael's relic kind of works. But the buffed part for the damage dealt is also kind of interesting, so you're going to need to, still use Margaret, I assume. We do have a new holy relic for Camilla. If you have not seen, in the Should You Summon video, I said and I mentioned that I had went ahead and cube farmed a little bit this week in preparation for this relic. It is unfortunately a Ratatasker relic, meaning that you're going to have the fruits and the whatever his sources are called. I can't even remember what they're called at the moment, but you need Ratatasker materials to actually be able to make this, which is unfortunate because, I mean, this really isn't all that good of a relic, let's be honest. And, I don't know, it just is what it is. Ratatasker's hard, so that really sucks that they finally come out with another relic, and it's for a character that's pretty old. I mean, the relic looks kind of cool, and I did see a little bit of gameplay with it from Marilli. It seems like it's okay, I guess, but I don't know. I'll probably mess around with it a little bit for like a video, just because I'm already going to be making it anyway. But yeah, it does take the purple cubes. So if you need those purple cubes, go ahead and farm for those in the next like 24 hours or so until the patch comes out. So yeah, we do have the festival coin shop obviously getting updated like it does for all of the festivals. You can buy tickets if with the diamond bundles and stuff like that if you want those. Couple of other bundles in here which are pretty normal looking, I think, for the most part. But I mean, festival bundles are normally pretty nice bundles for the most part anyway, so that's kind of nice. Amazing Summer Expert Equipment Enhancement Bundle is very interesting. SSR Equipment Selection Ticket Plus can choose equipment with a max bonus stat. So I'm assuming that is you just get some SSR tickets that have maxed out substats. Weird that those come with hammers and anvils, considering you wouldn't really need to re-roll it. I mean, maybe for the base stat, but I mean, you can't hammer base stats, so kind of a weird bundle there. The fact that it's only 2, but it's a pretty good chunk, I'm interested to see the price of this. I'm not going to buy it, but I know that typically for like a maxed out SSR HP defense set. It's like $80 US. So I'm interested to see what kind of price point they put this at. But we do have a selection bundle as well for cosmetic enhancement materials that comes with 30 diamonds as well. Power-up tickets, of course, are a thing for most of the festivals, so if you want to buy power-up tickets, there is a step up for that also. And then we have Amazing Festival power-up draw, resets after 7/8, okay, and then Nightmare Sabunak acquisition upgrade bundle will be exposed only for 6 hours after acquiring Sabunak. Okay, so they're doing like FOMO bundles where after you get Sabunak, it's going to be like, hey, you can buy this bundle. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It comes with all 10 UR pendants, but the fact that it's timed at 6 hours is like the FOMO bundles thing. I don't like that at all. That's not good. They've started doing that a little bit. I think there was like a new player bundle or whatever that they introduced with the UI update sort of update that went live, I think during the Escanar Festival, and it was like, oh, like here's a couple of like diamonds that you can get for really cheap. I don't know, don't like that. Very predatory, not a fan. Anyways, there is a new 7-day check-in bundle as well. I typically like these check-in bundles. It seems like this one's way more focused around UR pendants, which I personally don't need, so I'm probably going to pass on this, but the 15 SA coins and the equipment enhancement stuff is actually kind of nice as well, plus you get 30 diamonds on day 1, so I mean, not bad if you need the materials and everything. I actually do tend to like these because they're pretty decently priced, and because they're like spread out over a couple of days, they tend to discount them over like bundles that you just buy and get the rewards straight up. There is a new check-in event if you would like to obviously check into the game and make sure that you get all these rewards. It is 150 diamonds throughout the course of a month, and then for the first 2 days you get 15 summon tickets for the new banner on days 1 and 2. So that's 30 tickets right here. There is a set of special missions as well, so you can get another set of tickets right here, which is 40 in total. So that's 4 multis. Maybe you can get lucky and pull at least a character that you don't have, or you know, if you pull the new festival character, that's obviously a huge win. So a couple of free multis might not be too bad, even if you're not participating in like summoning for the new character or anything like that. You know, 150 diamonds for free just because they wanted to label this as a festival is kind of nice, I guess. Like if you just don't care about the character in general, you do get some nice perks in that regard, but obviously, the fact that it's a 600 banner makes it a little bit harder for people to sort of summon for, considering we just got out of the Escanar Festival and, you know, all that other stuff going on. So a little bit odd. Season of Ardor Part 1. We have a new booster event, so you can purchase little boosters and stuff like that for the duration of the festival, which is pretty normal. They are bringing back the Artifact Wish Card event, so if you have missed out on any of the sort of like event card sets or anything from different like celebrations or whatever they, you know, come out with, you're going to be able to choose cards that you've missed out on, or just SSR cards is typically the highest rarity for some of these. You can just, I participate in all of the events, and I typically get all of the cards that I need for any of the card sets, so I just typically choose the highest rarity, so that way I get the card plates from those. But if you're missing any of the cards from card sets from previous events or anything like that, make sure you try to grab those here, because it's a good time to do so, and you can just have those artifact card sets if you need them. Some of them are way better than others. Some of them I never use, but some of them actually do get pretty decent usage, so that's kind of nice. So that's pretty much how that works. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just get these little crystals, and then each one of them is a summon. You choose 3 cards that you want, and then you summon. They have like a higher boosted up rate. So, Hawk's Treasure Chest event is coming back. This is the one where you can kind of cheese it, and you can, it doesn't have a screenshot of it, like in the middle of the board, but it's basically Hawk's in a little minecart, and he like moves his way through the stage, and you just spin a wheel, but there is a kind of like a funny little, like, I don't want to call it an exploit, but like it's like you can basically cheat the system a little bit, and you can lower the game speed down lower, and it'll actually spin the wheel slower as well, so you can basically guarantee which number you want to get, which is a lot nicer, because if you're playing on, you know, ultra speed like everybody does, because you want the game to run as fast as it can, sometimes it's hard to hit the number that you want on the spin wheel. So lower the game speed if you need to. Pro tip from me, just so that way you can get all of the stuff on your first pass through the board, if possible. Sometimes I still mess up on it from time to time, but makes things a lot easier, so that way you don't have to reset the board, go through the whole thing over again, yada, yada, yada. So the hunt completion rewards are as follows. We have 2 of the card packs for the new thing, a couple of those artifact wish crystals. The hammers are kind of nice, UR pendant is nice, and then once you complete the whole thing, you get 10 gems, which is kind of cool. So, Shaved Ice Please. We have a summer quest. I think this is probably the same one that they've done for 2 years in a row now, so this will be the 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken, and pretty typical stuff. We're also getting these Hawk Secret random boxes, which are kind of nice, actually. The silver boxes have a chance for gems in them, and then the gold boxes have a chance for like holy relic materials and cosmetic enhancement, and then some of the nicer like gear enhancement stuff, which is kind of nice, I guess. It sucks that you don't get to really choose what you want out of these, but you can see it says obtain 1 randomly from the silver box and then select 2 items to acquire from this box. So I guess technically in this one you're probably better off, because you'll probably grab like engraving stones if you need those, or whatever the case may be. Like, the cosmetic enhancement ones are good too. The Secret of Century Beach is also another quest line, I think. Oh no, this one's just like a battle event that gets added to the event section of Fort Solgris. So just do that one. It's a free 2 gems. I don't remember what the actual stage rewards for that one are, but nothing crazy. They are bringing back Lamech, which is the crab boss, but they are doing him as a cooperation event, which is basically just like a community, driven event where there is a percentage bar at the top of it, and you can do it 3 times a day. The more the community runs the fight, the more the bar will fill up, and after you fill it up for certain increments, we are going to get these rewards right here, which are actually kind of nice. 10 million gold is pretty good. A full awakening token is also really, really nice for newer players. When I did the free-to-play account, it was like night and day difference. Like, I would try to grab these as much as possible, so those are really good if you're in the early game. 15 SA coins is nice. Another time-limited dungeon key, which is huge. These are fantastic. They're so few and far between because you get them every 2 weeks. They're fantastic to get extra ones of those. 10 SSR pendants, and then 30 gems, which is a free multi or a UR cosmetic if you want that. So that's also nice. The exchange shop has 10 LR seals in it, the Lamech card, 1 UR pendant, some of the older character costumes from like previous summer events and stuff like that, 10 SA coins, 10 engraving stones even, a couple of other like, pretty typical stuff. There's the other 3 card sets, or cards, or card packs that have the cards for the new set in it, and also a couple more of those wish event stones as well. So make sure you're doing that, at least for like some of the good rewards. The Fort Solgris reward dungeon is going to be active for the first week. It is going to have the silver hawk boxes in them, so chance for diamonds in that. Maybe a chance for some like lesser, like not as good rewards, but I typically like it better when they put gems in this. But I think for the most part, whenever they do these Fort Solgris reward dungeons, one of the weeks that they end up doing will end up being like 1 or 2 gems per day, which ends up adding up pretty nicely. So you have I think if I had to guess, it'll probably be a chance for gems in these boxes, and then week 2, week 3, week 4, one of the weeks will have gems in it as well, if I had to guess. They are bringing back the summer tavern cosmetics. I think these are for the season 1 tavern. Kind of hoping that they would have done tavern cosmetics for the new Percival campsite, but I guess maybe they're still working on some stuff for that. Some of the seasonal summer costumes are coming back as well. Unfortunately, the following costumes can only be purchased as a set, which means that they are only paid only, which is unfortunate. But if you want to get the Roxy one, because I know a lot of people like that one, there is a Transcendent Bond one, Lolly Merlin, original Light Liz, Jormungand, and Freyr costumes available to be purchased, unfortunately with real money, not gems. And then we have the returning costumes from all of the old characters, and these ones are actually available for purchase with diamonds. They're individual pieces, so you don't buy the set itself, you just buy the actual piece that you want, which I guess is kind of nice, because if you wanted just the swimsuit itself for like some of the girls or something like that, you could just buy that for 30 gems. But obviously a lot of these characters are really old, so unless you just like the look of the cosmetic, you could probably skip on a lot of these, because there's not really a point in buying cosmetics to enhance an old character that you don't use. So take that into consideration. Some of the festival ones are also coming back, so that's Lostvayne Original, the one Escanor, and then Purgatory Bond, which Lostvayne probably gets some decent use. If I'm not mistaken, I think to min-max his CC to be the best it can be, you do need this set, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And then the other two characters, I don't really use these ones at all anymore, but Lostvayne does have an LR, so I guess that's something. They're doing a Diamond Payback event as well, because it's a UR festival. This is typically how you end up getting the SSR cosmetic for the new character, as well as there's a couple of SA coins and some gear stuff in here this time. Also some cosmetic enhancement stuff. That's kind of nice. 2 SSR pendants. Typical event or festival event sort of boosting stuff going on. So the King Exchange event is going to be happening. I really like this one. I tend to get the most use out of this, so you can exchange a lot of different stuff here. If you have like an excess of like SSR pendants or not SSR pendants, but SR pendants and rare pendants, I always end up maxing out the amount of anvils and SA coins that I can get from these, which is kind of nice. And also, if you just have a ton of rare pendants, you can get a decent amount of cosmetic enhancement materials as well. So I try to take care of those at the very least, and then I like to do the cubes ones as well, but I'm always low on cubes because I just don't farm Demonic Beast anymore because I have all the relics, and they're just so few and far between. I really wish they'd give me a reason to farm for those, but either way, we have 2 times patrol tickets, a bunch of other regular boosting stuff, so free retry on main stages, if I'm not mistaken. Stamina discount, times 2 XP, all shops are open, shop material purchase limit is increased, hero enhancement is up, equipment salvage is up, Merlin equipment engraving support, so you can remove engravings for free now, 50% reduction on engraving cost as well. We are getting another Hawk Pass, which has actually got a Percival costume in it. Some people were expecting a Escanor costume, which I think was, not a bad guess, actually. Typically, sometimes when they come out with these characters, like, they even have the UR Festival Gother one in here still, as well as the Arthur one, but for some reason, they chose to give Percival one instead, which I'm not really complaining. I actually do really like this Percival costume, so I'm definitely going to pick it up, but would have been a little nice maybe to grab a cosmetic or 2 for Escanor, because the Hawk Pass stuff is pretty easy to get, and typically you can get a costume for free. So, regular, pretty standard stuff as far as the rest of this thing goes. Pretty normal rewards and everything. They don't really change the normal reward lineup that you get for purchasing it. 2 new battle events for this update, and then we have a couple of quality of life changes, which is equipment bonus effect repeat change. You can now set it to different speeds, actually. So if you're re-rolling substats and you're going through a lot of anvils, you can actually set it all the way up to 5 times speed, which is actually really, really nice. So if you're just not worried about, like, sometimes you're like, oh, like, I'm gonna set it to 2 points. I set mine at 2.6 for most of my rolls. If I see a 2.5, sometimes I'm like, I'll just hammer that out instead of wasting a bunch more anvils trying to hope that it just gets to 2.6 or something. But if you're not worried about that, you slap that baby on 5 times speed and just let it do its thing. You just go get a drink or something. Hopefully it'd be back by then. Who knows? 5 times speed is pretty fast, so looking forward to messing around with that a little bit. We are also getting the addition of Battle Speed ×3 mode in some PvE contents, and those contents are Demonic Beast Battle, Heroes Arena, Training Grotto, and the Underground Labyrinth. So you'll be able to do 3 times speed, which is actually really, really cool. Looking forward to trying to mess with that a little bit. I think it'll probably be a little weird at first, but I'm sure I'll get used to it very quickly. Expanding the number of openings for the artifact card packs and improving animations. So now whenever you just have like a stockpile of these cards in your inventory, you can open them up and they're just in like a little grid of 5, and it pops up like you're almost it looks very similar to when you like salvage a bunch of equipment and stuff like that. It's kind of what it reminds me of, but you can open more than 5 card packs at a time, which is the takeaway here. Kind of nice. They're changing the inspect for buff and debuff view, like you can actually see what they do a little bit easier now, which is kind of nice. It looks like you just click on a little button up here and it'll be either your characters or the enemies, and then you just choose which one you want and then select the character, and you can see what buffs and debuffs they have on them in a nice, more sleek menu, which I think is actually kind of nice. I'm going to try to look into that a little bit more once it comes out and try to get a feel for that, but it looks good as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, it used to be this one over here, I think. I think they're doing a before and after, or maybe if it's just in this mode, you just click on the debuffs and it pulls up the menu maybe. Not 100% sure on that. Boss battle screen formation and activate all system revamp. So it used to be a button up here in the top right, like you see, to swap between hell and normal mode, and then the simultaneous clear. But now it is a bar up here that you just choose left side or right side, so that way you can actually see which side is activated. Because sometimes I get kind of confused by that, or if I log in to a different account and then come back to mine, it'll be like unchecked, and then I forget, and then summon the wrong demons or something. And then now there's an activate all button, which will just do all 6 of them at the same time, which is actually kind of nice if you're like really doing a lot of demons and everything. I typically only do like one set of either Belmoths or OG demons of the day. Like I'll summon all 3 of OG or Belmoth and not do both, but that's just me. Then again, I have everybody at level 100 at this point, so unless I just want to sell those materials or donate them to the Knighthood, there's not really a reason for me to, but nice quality of life update for sure. Addition of legendary evolution in the hero filter for heroes screen, so now you can choose LR and it'll show you which characters can either be LR'd or that are already LR'd for you, which is kind of nice. Hopefully in the next update we should be getting a Labyrinth, if I'm not mistaken, because we have the last week of Heroes Arena this season coming out with this week, and hopefully we shall see a new LR character soon, because a Galland came out last time and it was pretty disappointing, and we still don't have a relic for him, and I'm a little upset about it. Addition of costume bulk enhancement, so now you can upgrade a costume from no matter what rarity it is, all the way to the maxed out UR, which is actually kind of nice. That'll save some time for some people if you're upgrading a lot of like SSR costumes or something. Revamp the hero awakening system. Now if you're going to awaken, you can do like a nice little easy plus or minus on it and select how much you want to enhance, depending on the materials that you have, of course. So small little update there. I typically only use those little full awakening tokens at this point in the game, have been for probably the better part of like 2 years now, or whenever they added that feature. But if you still use the old school method, or like you're a newer player or something like that and you're just upgrading incrementally, I think this will be kind of helpful, so that's kind of nice. Basic stats on equipment are also going to be a little like percentage bar underneath the main stat now, so you can see how good it actually is instead of having to memorize like, is 1171 even good for a bracer? I don't know. And then you have to click on it and go into it and see how far the bar is. So that'll be kind of nice, just like a convenience thing, or like if you just don't know the values and stuff off the top of your head. Like I do for some pieces, but then I have to double check for other ones. So, that's with me playing for like 5 years. So either way, that'll be a nice little quality of life thing for sure. Improvement of hero alignment formation save function. So I think if you like swap accounts and stuff, it'll save some more of your teams and everything. It's kind of nice. Bundle shop notification revamp. So this one's actually really been annoying me, but the bundle special menu daily bonus is improved to avoid displaying separate notifications after daily initialization. So I think what this is saying is it's going to stop showing that little UR chest that you get every single day, hopefully, because that is an annoying little pop-up that I hate seeing. The Escanor SSR costume is now going to be added to the Sacred Treasure Shop, so if you don't have that one yet, like if you got him before the 900 mark or whatever, you can now buy that for 20 diamonds if you want. And then Sabunak is actually getting added as a special and seasonal hero for the very last week of Heroes Arena, so I guess that's something. I don't know, I've already seen a couple of people like showcase Sabunak on Heroes Arena, and she does look good. She's very good in 4v4s, I'm pretty sure, but do take a little bit of that with a grain of salt, because obviously the hero is boosted by 20% all stats because of this, and her team is as well, so do be aware that even though she is really good, and I'm sure she's going to be a staple in that game mode already, she's being inflated a little bit artificially because of the fact that she's got boosts on. So, I don't know. just be warned by that. I think it's always kind of funny, like when you see showcases for, Hero Arena stuff whenever it's a boosted character. But, I mean, as long as you take that into consideration, like, the showcase is still valid, of course. I'm not trying to, like, dog on anybody for that. But it always just kind of, like, it's just like a funny little thing. Either way, Escanor and Percival are both losing their special hero status, so they'll still give 10% from the hero or the seasonal hero bonus, but they won't have special hero bonus. So take that into consideration as well. But that is pretty much the entire update gone over on Global. So looking forward to this update. I think there's a lot of good stuff coming. Obviously, the character's kind of cool. Looking forward to seeing the unknown meta maybe back in a little bit because it was pretty rough. I tried to use the unknown team a couple of different times while Escanor was out, and it was pretty bad. So I mean, some people have been able to use it, but me and Champ 1/Challenger like area of PvP, most of the time I was getting destroyed. So either way, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys tomorrow night for some live summons, and see you then.